Iberia, ravaged by the bloody tides of war. To the north, the Christian strongholds of Leon, Castile, and Aragon. Sometimes friends, sometimes bitter enemies. To the south lies Al-Andalus, but Cordoba is beset by rebellious governors, kings and sultans, dukes and emirs. Adversity makes for strange bedfellows, my friend. And you must read carefully if you are to decide the fate of Iberia. You see, real strategy requires cunning.
Iberia in 1066. A land divided by religion, yet enjoying the end of a peaceful period defined by Emperor Fernando of Leon, who chose peace, trade, and tribute rather than outright war with the Muslims. The Taifas in the south are constantly bickering, and there is a lack of unity that makes both danger and opportunity constant. The Emir of Saraqustah, Al-Muqtadir, has taken the Hajj to Mecca, despite being a man known to not prioritize his God. Many had questioned his faith for paying the paria to Fernando and not seeking war with the Christians. He hopes this religious journey will put to bed these ideas permanently. In his stead, his son Yusuf rules while his father is away, who has his attention focused on the young daughter of the Emir of Telatuya, who is recently unmarried after her husband's death. The possibility of marrying such a renowned beauty is not his own ambition alone. Suitors from all over Iberia have attempted to win her hand in marriage, though her father is in no rush to do so. There are even rumors that King Sancho of Castile has sent an envoy to seek her hand. The young prince traveled to the Emir's court, and alongside the others was given the mission to take the fight to the Christians. Whoever's deeds were more impressive would gain her hand. As his father was away, the young prince rode north into Aragon with an army of 300 men and began to sack the southern cities in Huesca. A foray from the capital by the Christian king's general was beaten back and their men slaughtered. Despite his success, the peace between Saraqustah and their neighbors has been broken for the first time in a generation. Rumors that Emir Al-Muqtadir is a month or two away from Iberia, traveling back from Mecca, have put fear into his people and Yusuf, who knows his actions will enrage his father. House Hadid is from Yemen originally. Their family traveled to Iberia with the invading armies, but only recently did they gain any power and prominence here. Al-Muqtadir's father, who was only a lowly governor in Africa, seized the throne and built the region up to prosperity. During his succession, a brutal struggle occurred while Al-Muqtadir found himself the victor, despite doing many horrible things to take the throne of Saraqustah from his brothers. Their family is an ambitious one, and the beautiful Al-Jafariya stands as a testament to this, having been commissioned by the Emir and finished but a year before. A family with such promise is sure to go far if their own divides do not destroy them. Welcome to another CK3 Roleplay adventure. Enjoy and relax. Great Emir!
Ask you.
Great Emir, you demanded action. You demanded the fight be taken to the Christians. Against the will of my father, I have done so. I have put my very inheritance into question for my actions and sacked Barbastro and Huesca and pushed back a force from King Sancho. I bring with me the heads of 10 Christian knights, and then one of my courtiers is just gonna kind of throw out a bag with a bunch of really bloody heads. Is this what you asked for? What is the wali of Al-Qaina's done in comparison, I ask? I see him there.
The son of the wali steps forward. Asas Ibn Rawa stands before you. And behind him are the heads of 100 monks and priests of the Christian faith, whom he beheaded in the city of Barcelona itself, which he led 1,500 troops, the entire might of his father's army, to sack the city. The heads roll, and he states, "This is what I have brought for you." This is what I think of the Christians. This is what I'm willing to do for my Emir.
You can see the Prince of Saraqustah look a little bit surprised and kind of, you can see him swear under his breath slightly.
A most impressive sack of the mighty Christian bastion of Barcelona. Please not tell me you only slaughtered defenders. I assume you must have also engaged their armies.
Indeed. After the great sack of Barcelona, our force of 1,500 was met with the full might of the Barcelonan army. 1,800 strong they stood, outnumbering us. But Allah was on our side, and we crushed them in battle.
Most impressive.
We are aware of the war currently going on there. What actions will you take for that great Emir?
My daughter's hand in marriage. And that is why he claimed to be fighting. Though I'm sure there's much self-serving interest.
Wait, did you say the King of Castile has asked for your daughter's hand?
He has as well. He has also entered the contest.
I do hope that you are not considering marrying a good Muslim woman to a heathen.
Yes, my Emir, I must protest. End this conversation here.
I just received a message that my father has returned from the Hajj. Great Emir, I do apologize. I will need to return home to Saraqustah. I did not expect him to be back this quickly.
Your excuse, Great Emir.
Thank you,
sure...
Your Majesty. When Yusuf returned home to Saraqustah, he found his father already having arrived only a day before. The young prince was taken to the throne room of the Al-Jafaria, where he explained his actions to the Emir. Al-Muqtadir was known far and wide for his wisdom, and never making an action out of anger. Yet on that day he was so enraged that his actions were perhaps not made in a clear manner. What was said and transpired there is not known, but when the Emir's royal guards heard a commotion and entered the throne room, they found Yusuf dead on the floor, with the Emir's sword having gone straight through his heart. After a week of mourning and a ceremony to make his second son Mundir the heir, Emir Al-Muqtadir traveled to Talaytullah to speak with Emir Yahya about what had been done with his absence. Greetings.
Greetings.
I am Emir Al-Muqtadir of Saraqustah.
Yes, I know who you are. I could never forget that face.
I would hope so. Emir Yahya, you have caused quite a few problems with your recent actions.
What actions?
The demand of my son, as well as that of Al-Qayyinus, to go and fight the Christians. I now am facing full-blown war of Aragon, given the actions of my son. I assume you've heard the news?
Ah, yes, I did hear that news. Would you like to marshal the strength of the other fellow Muslim kingdoms to assist you?
I would not. My son is dead by my own hand. I will attempt to keep the peace with the Christian kings. I come here on another matter. My son, his actions were unacceptable. He now lies dead as a result. I am here to ask you to pay the equivalent price. My second son, my only son still remaining, Mundir, he is in need of a wife. Your actions and my son's actions have led to his death. You must pay the price and give your daughter's hand in marriage to my own son, the one remaining.
You attempt to threaten me?
I do no such thing. Tell me, what would our great lord think of your actions here? Breaking the peace, causing war and strife in Iberia. He has given us the sacred mission to spread Islam, of course. But you did it for personal reasons and for personal gain. And now, war is on the horizon, ruin for my people, and my son is dead. I will only come here and only ask once.
Out of respect for the sacrifice and trials your other son did in the pursuit of my quest that I gave him, I will offer your other son the hand in marriage, on the condition that you honor your son's grave.
Of course. We had a great funeral for him. It was a somber affair, but he was honored.
Please then send your son over so we may make this official. I will host the wedding in the capital.
Wonderful. I will call for a retinue as well as my son. The honor guard of Saraqustah will arrive with him shortly. We shall have a great feast, and perhaps it would be wise to invite the other Emirs and Walis to this great feast. Emir Al-Umara.
Yes. Apologies. My father did most of the diplomacy. In my youth, I have just taken the throne.
I remember you well from the wedding when I married your sister Zahida. We spoke briefly, if you recall.
Yes, it was a happy time.
Of course.
How can I trouble you?
I have traveled here with your sister, my first wife, to honor your late father, my late father-in-law, as he has gone to Allah. It is a great tragedy to see his passing, and I know that my wife wished to come here, of course, to pay her respects, and I wish to do the same with you, as the greatest Muslim Emir in all of Iberia. If you would allow it, would you allow me and my wife to go to the grave of your late father and honor him?
I shall walk you there. I'm surprised he's not done away with his brother, though I am appreciative of it. There are too many rulers that are cruel in this world. More compassion is required to run an effective government, as while you can rule through fear, if you lose the ability to enforce that fear, then the people revolt. It's much better to make them love you as a ruler rather than having to resort. It's better to use the carrot rather than the stick, as I'm sure you'll agree.
Of course. I'm fully agreed with you. I am not a man who takes unneeded action. I have a great love for Allah, and I will always fight for him if needed, but foremost always comes to me ensuring that the people of Saraqustah are well taken care of and that the wealth flows from our coffers back into the city and our people.
I wish you great luck in your endeavors of trade and construction. I'm sure I will be able to marvel at your works when I hopefully visit in the next few years.
I will take my leave shortly with my wife, but before I go, I do hope that you will take a trip to Saraqustah yourself. I would love to show you the palace, and perhaps you will meet the young architect who has helped to design its recent renovations, as well as a chance for you to see your dear sister yet again.
I'm sure I will be most appreciative of that opportunity.
Wonderful. Great Emir Al-Umara, it was a pleasure speaking with you. I will mourn your father. Suddenly, and without any valid cause, Emir Al-Muqtadir has gone to the grave. In his later years, he was very distant from court, as his soul was racked by the crimes he had committed in this life. His son, now Emir Mundir III, takes the reins of Saraqustah, having effectively ruled for the last couple of years while his father remained reclusive. It is a new era for the emirship. We shall see if he follows in the footsteps of his father. Greetings. I am Emir Mundir III, son of Al-Muqtadir. After my father's recent passing, I now find myself at the reins of Saraqustah, a much larger one that existed in the past. Hello.
The sun shines on this wonderful day.
It does indeed. A great day for a marriage. Let me go ahead and begin a great feast here. It will be good to take a second wife. I intend to take the great Hajj to Mecca as soon as the marriage celebration is over, and I of course have consummated it, as it is a duty of all good Muslims to go to the Holy Land. Well, my current wife and my to-be wife get acquainted, and the feast goes on. Allow me to introduce you to my court architect. He is the man who is currently designing the renovations of the Al-Jafaria, which you now find yourself in, a beautiful building made even more beautiful by his actions.
It is good to meet you.
Let us retire to my chambers, where we have drawn up the plans for the city walls. I would love to hear your perspective on this, Emir Robles.
Absolutely, let's.
We had considered Emir Yahya.
Indeed, I have managed to travel from the great city of Toledo to your great city of Saraqustah, but at the request of your letter I received.
Yes, you did come during a most auspicious day. I am currently celebrating the marriage ceremony to my second wife, the daughter of your vassal Emir Robles, a good man. I have always remembered what he did that day after the death of my brother.
Let me allow to celebrate the occasion by presenting you with a gift.
You are too kind, great Emir. You are far too kind.
Too kind.
We were just about to retire to my chambers to look over the designs for the Saraqustah city walls. I know you're a very learned man. Would you like to come with us and give your thoughts?
Yes, I would. I thank you for your invitation. I would definitely like to see the new architectural designs.
You're led into like a very like large kind of like study room. There's like a big table in the middle with like a bunch of like scrolls on it and designs, and you could tell it's a lot of people have been working on it. It's a huge affair to upgrade the city walls.
Right.
Well, if you would like to look them over, Emir Robles, I'm sure you would understand them. Emir Yahya, the walls of Saraqustah, when my family found them, they were in great disrepair. We've been doing what we can to upgrade them, as a city as valuable as Saraqustah must be well protected. I'm sure you understand.
I look upon these plans, awed by their beauty and intricacies, but I suddenly clutch my heart. I start gagging and choking, and I collapse of a heart attack and die.
Is he? Oh, my God! By Allah, he's fallen to the ground. Guards, get this man some air. Someone get water. Someone get water for this. Oh, I think he has no heartbeat.
He can't be. So
This
young.
cannot be. On the day of my marriage, this is. Damn, he did not travel here with his son. We must find word. Guards, send a rider to the capital of Al-Andalus. Break any horse necessary and give word to his son that the great Emir is dead. We must have his body prepared. Did his son travel here with him?
Oh?
Seems your father has died.
What? My father was in good health. How could he die?
The Emir standing next to me is witness that he dropped to his knees of an apparent heart failure. He was clutching at his
Ulamara, I am sorry to say I must confirm this. We were looking over the design for the walls of Saraqustah during the marriage celebration, and your father collapsed. We have brought his body. There are witnesses from the situation. It is a tragedy. I do not know what to say.
I don't know what to say. I thought the letter you sent my father, how you had a disagreement with him, and you summoned him towards your city, and now he lies dead.
A disagreement?
How can you answer for this?
How do you mean a disagreement?
Your father, you sent my father a message stating that you believed he was no longer willing to honor an agreement that he was always honoring.
I invited him there in good faith, under the light of Allah, during the marriage celebration to my second wife. You think I would harm your father on a holy day of marriage under the auspicious oversight of our God? I do not know what to say to this.
I know what to say. If you murder my father...
If I would ever even dream of doing something like that, may Allah strike me down for such heresy.
Well, I want an investigation. I want to make certain that my father died of natural circumstances. And
My Emir, please trust your vassal. I was there.
how do I know you're not involved?
I give my word. Loyalty for generations.
I must think over this. Please, uh, excuse me. Ah, the potential murderer, my father is here. You come to confess your crimes?
I have waited in this city now for, I believe, around a month. I have waited to take the Hajj to Mecca in order to make you understand this situation. You know my reputation. You know I am a man of Allah. Would a man of Allah take such horrible, egregious crimes that would condemn his soul?
I've heard you always been cynical of Allah.
What can I do to make you understand? What can I do? I played no part in this. He was my brother-in-law. He was the brother of my wife, Zahida, a woman I love with all my heart.
You go on a great pilgrimage to holy Mecca, and there you will pray to Allah. If you tell the truth, then Allah will bless you, and you will return safe.
When I go to Mecca on Hajj, I will speak my truth before the rock itself. And by doing so, if I lie, and if I am in bad faith, the wrath of Allah will destroy my house, myself, and my family. You know this well.
Yes, I expect you to have your pilgrimage within the next 5 years.
I will undertake it right now. I will leave this very hour, if you wish.
Yes, prove yourself truthful and honest.
Amir!
Because of such?
Yes, I
Amir!
believe we're up here to discuss the situation in Castile.
I have returned from my Hajj and fulfilled my oath in the light of the Holy Land. Let you
Yes.
know that I stand true. I have sworn an oath to Allah that if it was me, he should strike down myself, my children, and my family. But I know my innocence, and I know that he will not do so, for he is a just, a good God.
Yes. We shall see how your health and your family's health before the next few years.
We shall indeed.
I trust for your sake that you are truthful in your convictions.
I mean, you are a
I
merciful
received
person,
a
right?
letter from my wife, Zahida, who made me aware of the situation with Sancho. For quite some time, I have delayed any action against the Aragonese, but I feel as now it is time. When I was in the Holy Lands, I saw the history in a vision of the great caliphs who conquered for all of that region underneath the banner of our God. And I feel as though I can no longer let my inaction stand. For our religion, for our people, and for Saraqustah, I will prepare a war for the Aragonese, and perhaps even the Barcelonans. Would I have your backing, Emir?
In the name of Allah, you have my sword
Good.
and my axe. On time. Well, we are rallying our forces now, and we shall link up in Saraqustah. Will you
My
be
army
joining
awaits
us?
in the mountains to the north. The Barcelonians have also entered the war and will fight against us, it seems. We must rally our armies together and get a decisive action with them. My forces will arrive shortly to assist you. I say we take the fight to Huesca. Are you with me?
Yes, for Allah.
For Allah!
Orla. I'm embarrassed to be the last of the party.
There's still
Tardiness.
plenty of Christians for you to kill, my vassal.
The day is not won yet.
But victory is on the horizon.
They're routing. The men flee. The war is won.
Wonderful.
Huzzah!
A great victory. May the fires of Allah consume the heathen. Victory is never something to be expected, nor success. We live our lives with the knowledge that our greatest ambitions and hope will simply bring us to ruin. Yet what is one to do with this knowledge? Cower in defeat or give up? Of course not. House Hadid is full of conviction, and through our love of God we will find our victory and much more. The last years have brought our family close to utter ruin, yet we have moved forward and find ourselves in an even better position than before. Castile and the Christians may be united, yet where there is man, there is ambition. Perhaps they are not as secure as they think. The Taifas make no such claim to unity. We are all men who seek power, and we are unified by God Himself, which makes our cause far more righteous. Who knows what the future may hold, but know I, Emir Mundir, will lead my family to fame and fortune. This series will continue soon. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more, and remember all the roleplay games are open to everyone. Simply join the Discord linked in the description.